Look who we found walking around the Cruising Yacht Club of Australia. It's the French legend Loick Peyron, who's just won the Route du Rhum, Guadeloupe. Loick, welcome to Australia.
Oh, thank you. I'm quite happy to be here. Really, that's the first time. First time ever I'm in Australia. First time ever I'm in this very notorious and very famous yacht club. Especially a few days before the race of the year here, the race. Quite exciting.
You wouldn't want to be going on it?
I'd like to. I have quite a lot of friends sailing on different boats, on big ones and smaller ones. And one day I will be back sailing and racing against you guys.
We'd love to see you here.
I'd like to.
So what are you in Australia for?
Just family trip. Road trip from Sydney in a few days. On Boxing Day we are going to leave to Melbourne with a big van with my 4 kids who are here. And my plan is to do the northwards in Sorrento, starting beginning of January. And sharing this passion of flying with other guys, with 150 other boats, and especially also with my fellows from the Artemis racing team from the America's Cup, especially Nathan Eldridge, the actual holder of the World Mods title. And then, in my case, I'm going to be at the back of the fleet, for sure, no problem for that. I didn't sail since a year, but that's... as you know, I love to discover and to try to discover any kind of sailing. I don't care about the size of the boat, I care about the pleasure.
Well, the word of the year has got to be the Route du Rhum to Guadeloupe. You got on the boat, Banque Populaire, 2 months beforehand?
2 months before the start. That's a crazy story, in fact. 3 months before the start, that means last summer, in September. I was preparing the Rome race, but on a very, very, very small old style, the yellow, happy trimaran. That was my plan, and it's going to be my plan again in 4 years' time, for sure. But I was happy, on my little happy. And suddenly I had a phone call from a good friend, the boss of the team Banque Populaire, and he said to me, we have a problem. Hello, Houston, we have a problem. Our skipper just injured his hand, and we are looking for someone. And we thought about you. And I said, no, sorry, that's not it's not anymore my cup of tea. I said that 12 years ago that I didn't want to do any kind of other crazy stories on multi-hills. I was not dreaming anymore about that. And a few hours after, I called him back and say, why not? Okay, let's try it. So I had a few conditions. I wanted to try to see if my little body was strong enough to be able to hoist the main, at least that. That's a huge vessel, a huge trimaran made for 10-12 crew. So being alone on a boat like that, that's not easy. And slowly but surely, quite fast, in 2 months and a half time, I did manage to train a lot, to trust in the team. I knew very well, in fact, to trust in the boat. And start in Samaro, and 7 days after win this race, which I've done 7 times, in fact. That's funny. That's a very, very short part of a very...
Well, what was it like being on a boat that size, by yourself, having to work all the sails in a very competitive situation?
That's really hard, but very interesting. I love this sort of game, for sure, because that's not only, hopefully, a physical one. That's a physical défi, that's a physical problem, for sure, but you need to manage it with your brain, and especially on a big one. You need to anticipate a lot, you need to think ahead a lot, all the time. You need to visualize any kind of situation, you need to do a lot of things like that, and that's why white hairs, I should say, are in good shape for that, because we don't know exactly what experience means. It means that you know something, you never remember where you've learned something, but by the time you need it, you have it. And I was quite surprised to recover my reflexes. I was afraid to have lost these special skills you need when you are alone on a multi-hull like that. Because in 5 seconds you make capsize. Because you need to be able to sleep, to fall in sleep, even in a very, very aggressive area. I mean, at night, against the sea, very fast, at 30 knots plus average. Everything is not made for you to help you to fall in sleep. And that's the game, that's the key of the game. And I thought I didn't train enough for that. Because it's impossible to train if you are not alone. If you are doing a lot of training session when you are alone on the boat with a part of crew just to watch, which we've done to minimize the risk before the race. It's not easy to be in the special situation, which is when you are alone on a multi-hull racing. Whatever. And it came back in a better shape than I ever thought, I ever hoped. And the boat was one of the best ones, for sure. I was not the best one at the start, for sure, but with a lot of experience. And voilà. And Thomas Covin, my good friend who is here, who was the favorite for me of the race, had a big problem the first night. He hit a cargo ship, and so on and so on. That's the story of life and the story of racing, and that's a nice story.
So what did you average? What speed?
I think that's 22, something like that. 22, 23. That's quite a lot alone, yeah. But the boat is made for that. But you have to support it. Yeah, that's the main thing. That's why I have a lot of white hairs. You know, I'm not so old, but that's it.
So what does 2015 bring you, like?
Back to with my friends with the Artemis team for the Cup. Next Cup is in Bermuda. It's in 2 years' time now, in 2017. And we have a lot of things to do. Our base is still in Alameda, in California, near San Francisco. So we're going to start, let's say, the season by the Moth Worlds, with the Moth Worlds, in Sorrento in a few weeks' time. And back to San Francisco, working a lot, flying, and I'm a test pilot, part of the member of the design team and the head office. And that's such a pleasure to be part of the team.
Well, thank you very much. Welcome
Thank you.
to Australia. Thank you.